GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We're an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We're committed to customer service, reliability, and have an unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today from GFL, Green for Life.
This is Hayes Carline for Kingfish Pest Control. Mosquito season is upon us, but don't let them take over. The secret to a bite-free yard is starting today with Kingfish Pest Control. Their 3-step mosquito defense process stops them before they can spread. Eliminate breeding areas, build a protective barrier around your yard, and monthly treatments to keep them away all season long. The earlier you start, the fewer mosquitoes you'll have to fight. Don't let those suckers ruin your outdoor fun. Call Kingfish Pest Control, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and there's so many cool products that are on the line at Cycles of Jacksonville. Showroom is Atlantic and Regency, and we're talking, Greg, you've got from any level of price point, the experienced rider to the inexperienced on-road, off-road.
We've got it. We've got ATVs, we've got motorcycles, we've got scooters, we even have the new Honda boats. We've got something for everyone.
Don't forget about the boat line from Honda. It's all right there, waiting for you. Atlantic and Regency or Cycles of Jacksonville's Facebook page.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Hair4me.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Just a spectacular Thursday at the Players' Championship, the 51st. And how about the return of Camilo Villegas? Has not played in this event, has not made a cut in his last 9 appearances. As a matter of fact, you got to go back to his rookie year, which was his best overall 4 rounds here at Sawgrass. But right now, he is your course leader, 2 holes to play, 7 under par for Villegas. He has a 1-stroke lead over Lucas Glover, who today came in with 4 straight birdies. Yes, 15, 16, 17, and 18 for Lucas Glover at the age of 46. And some change if he was to hold on, or I guess holding on would not clarify being a winner because he is right now a stroke behind Villegas. But if Glover was to go on and win the Players' Championship, he would be the second oldest to ever do so. Only behind, of course, Fred Funk, who did it at the age of 49 and some change. J.J. Spawn as well as 66 today. So those are your clubhouse leaders at -6. But again, Villegas is still out on the golf course. What an unbelievable story. I mean, this guy's game just went south. He dealt with tragedy, the loss of his daughter, a very highly, talked about scenario that can just ruin a family. And his golf game, it felt as though it may not never recover. And this is the final year of his exemption. Okay, won an event a couple of years ago, but this is it. And so an opportunity today, certainly to post a huge number and take that with him before tomorrow morning's earlier tee time for Villejagus, and then hopefully into the weekend as well. It's great to have you with us. My name is Rick Ballou, with you tonight till 8. First round of the Players' Championship. We'll keep you updated on everything, including the top 3 golfers in the world, all playing together. Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, as well as Schauffele as well, part of that, featured pairing today, or featured grouping that is going off and has gone off the first tee. But again, just a wonderful day of golf, and just walking the course. I mean, it is absolutely spectacular to get this type of weather. You just hope it continues throughout the remainder of the week. I never really peek at the weather. I just don't. It's been something that I've never done. I know many of you, that's what you're all about. We'll see. But you had some rain here on Sunday and Monday. It certainly did soften up the greens. We have seen that wind has been a factor so far today. Also, that new tree they brought in at number 6 has really made watching the tee ball rather awkward. I think that's the best way to describe it. The number 6 hole overall playing very difficult today than it has really in prior years. They brought in this new tree and just have to, consider what they're going through by keeping their ball off the tee lower than perhaps they want. I keep looking for it to possibly, go up and hit one of those new tree branches. That has not been the case so far today, but I still have to ask, and I know that many have, is it playing with their minds today? So I think that is pretty intriguing as well. Nonetheless, just one of the many things that are happening out at the Players' Championship. All right, we're going to keep you updated on everything that is happening, including leaderboards throughout, brought to you by the good folks over at One Call Lawn and Pest Control. James Gladstone, very interesting day. Again, it's just so busy around here. First round of the Players, then the Jaguars drop a press conference on you to introduce their 9 newest members of the team. Of course, they got the deal done on Monday. The league year began yesterday, so it was officially announced right at 4 o'clock. But to listen to James Gladstone speak is a treat. I mean, he's so energetic. He's so positive in his approach. And, that's night and day from what Jaguar fans have been used to as of late. In the former regime, it almost felt like you were trying to get blood from a stone, right? Can you give us a little bit here? Can you give us a little bit there? And, I just think Balky kind of had that military presence about him. Like, how dare you ask me this? And I'm not going to give you anything. It could actually, inside information, come back and somehow, bite us if I allow anything to trickle out. That's the exact opposite here with James Gladstone. I mean, just telling you things that you actually wanted to hear. So I think it's refreshing. I learned an awful lot from him today on the defensive backfield, certainly with what's going on with the offensive line. I was very impressed with what he said about Diami Brown, who I think is going to be a very interesting overall football player here on a 1-year deal. I think that was pretty intriguing today as well. Also really talked about, in more depth with that offensive line, what is going on and how he feels overall about the protection of Trevor Lawrence. All right, let's get to Macari. Let's get to number 3 here, because to me, this was one of the most important things that James Gladstone did say today. He talked about Macari being insanely rare, that, to be able to bring in a guy who has played all 5 offensive line positions. We're all under the assumption that he is going to be the right guard. But earlier today, the Jaguars general manager was asked about one of his newest acquisitions, that is Patrick Macari.
That was insanely rare. I don't know that that's something that typically comes up on the market at a cost point that's affordable enough to pursue. Really, we were very disciplined in our approach and how we spent this offseason. And Patrick is somebody that, he wasn't offered the opportunity or the backdrop of being a draft pick coming out. He's earned everything he's gotten, and he earned this opportunity. And his versatility, obviously, there's always attrition on the offensive line throughout the course of a season, and obviously he'll allow us a lot of flexibility on the offensive side of the ball to feel like we're never in a bind because we can move him around if necessary. But at the same time, he's going to be slotted in as a starter on the interior of our OL at this point.
And he didn't specify where. The thinking is right guard. Ezra Cleveland, as you know, is your left guard. They also made another acquisition by bringing in Robert Hainsley, who worked with Liam Cohen recently in Tampa Bay. He is projected to be your starting center. We'll get back to some more comments here on James Gladstone momentarily. I will take you to 17 here at the Players. The featured group is now all on the 17th green. A moment ago, Scotty Scheffler left his ball right below the hole. I'm guessing with my Schmunez vision, which is 20/20, I'm guessing he's about 20 feet away from a birdie opportunity there on number 7. That featured group, Rory McIlroy, is at -4. He is the best right now of that threesome. Let me go on down here. Scotty Scheffler is at 3 under par. And I know that Schauffele has struggled a little bit today. He had a birdie early, but I want to say he remains at 1 under par, and he does. All right, let's get you caught up. Schauffele actually had birdies on 1 and 2, bogeyed 5, bogeyed 14 a moment ago on the par 5 16th hole. Obviously a great opportunity in a scoring hole, a birdie 4. And again, he is on the green here at 17. So that is your featured group going out and playing so far this afternoon. Chandler Phillips, he's one of 27 first-timers out here at the Players' Championship. And if you look at his card, you would think Phil Mickelson was playing. This was incredible what Chandler Phillips did today. Started with an eagle on 2, then bogeyed 4 and 6, turned around, birdied 7, had a triple bogey on the most difficult par 3 on the golf course. That is the very lengthy par 3 8th hole, I believe playing at 225 yards today. Again, a triple bogey 6, then turns right around with an eagle on 9. So the guy has 2 eagles on the front side. Jordan Spieth today as well had a Phil Mickelson-like card, couple of birdies for Jordan Spieth. And if Jordan Spieth just could have played safer golf and didn't run into bogeys the way that he did, he really would have posted a great number. But back to Chandler Phillips. He goes out with a 36, then birdies 10 and 11, the bogey on 13, a birdie on 15, and his third eagle on 16. So now 3 eagles today for Chandler Phillips. Comes in with pars on 17 and 18. So overall, a 4 under par for the rookie, and quite a round today for Chandler Phillips. Okay, the very latest. It looks like Camilo Villegas just gave one back. He's playing the front side. Villegas today went out on 10 and had 5 birdies going out in 4 pars. So he shot a 5 under 31 during his first 9 holes, which was the back 9. Then he parred 10, had a double bogey on 2, which would have been his 11th hole. Had birdies on both 3, 4, and then 6. And a moment ago on number 7, he did have a bogey 5. And again, he's going to go to that very difficult 8th hole. Let me look at the course statistics so far today as to which golf hole was playing the most difficult. Well, right now it is, believe it or not, the most difficult golf hole. We talked a little bit about number 6, right, with that new branch and how that's really affected a lot of guys off the tee. It looks like it's either number 6 or quarterly number 14 is playing difficult today. Okay, number 14, and as well as expected, number 18 with that treacherous water that just stares right at you. I mean, so much is made of 17 and just how difficult that is with the island green, and we all get it. We all understand it. But driving on 18 with a lead, to me, is just as damaging, at least mentally and emotionally. Imagine having a lead and then surviving on 17, even if it's with a par, and then to turn around and have to drive and keep it to the right of the water and not get into, a difficult set of circumstances with the trees and the pine straw and everything that is way off towards the right. Okay, back here on 17, let's see, Schauffele with a very lengthy putt, and I believe that is a birdie for Schauffele. Well, I'll wait for them to post it. Actually, they've just gone to another hole, so I'll get you updated on that feature group here momentarily, and I'm going to take you through a full leaderboard, as a matter of fact, coming up here in just a little bit. All right, let me tell you that opening comments tonight and every night brought to you by the good folks over at Shmunez Vision. If you're at the golf course and you can't see, I feel for you. Kind of. I've been telling you forever. Get your eyes checked. Get your vision checked. Set up an appointment today at Shmunez Vision. Go on in, settle in, hear from Dr. Neil Shmunez or Dr. Catherine Shmunez or Dr. John Hunt, and get the very latest and find out what's going on with your eyes. Then the opportunity is there for you, perhaps laser eye surgery. Can you just imagine the rest of your life never having to wonder where your readers are, taking out your contacts, going back and forth with looking at your phone, and all of a sudden you go and you look at the television set and just how different things are. And it happens to us all, not with laser eye surgery. You're cured. You have 20/20 for the rest of your days. That's only one of many things that they have as part of their expertise. I want you to visit them today. Just go to Shmunez Vision. Okay, that is online. You can also look and get all of the testimonials on Instagram at Shmunez Vision as well. All right, plenty to do. Gary Smits celebrating his 40th year at the Players' Championship with the Florida Times Union. I first met Gary back when he was covering the Florida State beat. He was over in Tallahassee when I began my radio career there in the very early 90s. I've known Gary forever. He's going to join us next hour to talk about the first round of the Players' Championship. Rick Shoemaker's going to join us this hour to talk about the Players' Championship. When we come back, we'll have more on that, including a leaderboard. However, I also want to dive back to the Jaguars today. And Jags fans who are able to listen to the James Gladstone media session, your thoughts, the best way to join us. Text line 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. It's great to have you with us. Casey Dobson is there. How you doing over there, Casey? You okay?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Yeah? Only all right? What do you mean only all right?
It's been a minute since I've sat in this chair, so
okay.
I needed RJ to come in here and calm me down a little bit.
Do I need to get the rubber hammer out of my truck?
You might need to get something.
Bang that around a little bit, or do you feel comfortable on that side?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. We're efforting, that's for sure.
There you go. Casey Dobson in tonight with us here till 8 o'clock. My name is Rick Ballou. It's great to have you with us. We call it Into the Night.
This is Greg Huntington, one of the original Jaguars, a.k.a. the Mango.
And the Jaguars are going to the playoffs!
On 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
Here's Linda Beaver.
It's a new year with new goals, but let's face it, not all resolutions are easy to keep. Maybe you promised yourself you'd eat healthier, but pizza still seems like a better idea. Or you said you'd read more, but your favorite show just launched a new season. At Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet, we can help you keep your New Year's resolution. We offer the biggest selection, best prices, and the easiest car buying experience. Let's make a resolution to visit Beaver Toyota or Beaver Chevrolet, where we'll wow you with a new ride for the new year.
E.T. here, and spring in Clay County means one thing. the award-winning Clay County Fair. It's more than just rides and a concert. It's an experience. Savor the flavors of classic fair treats, explore family-friendly attractions, and enjoy a perfect mix of small-town charm and big-time fun. Plan your trip with Explore Clay County Tourism and turn your visit into a getaway. Find the best places to stay, eat, and explore at exploreclay.com. And don't forget to share your fair adventures with #ExploreClay.
Poker players, the Run Good Poker Series is coming to Best Bet Jacksonville from April 24th to May 4th with 10 poker events, including the $1,200 main event, hosting a $300,000 guaranteed prize pool, and event number 1, a $400 no-limit hold'em tourney with a $200,000 guarantee. The action is non-stop. One in, win your seat through satellite starting April 4th at Best Bet Jacksonville. For all the Run Good Series structures and details, visit bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Home is where your story begins. And at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing, we're here to make it the healthiest, most comfortable place it could be. Whether it's fresh, clean air, dependable plumbing, or reliable power, we take care of it all. From routine maintenance to state-of-the-art solutions, Donovan keeps your home running smoothly. Because at Donovan, we believe your home isn't just where you live, it's where your health meets comfort. Call Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing at 904-270-COOL or visit us online. Let's make your home healthier, safer, and better together.
One of the best things about being on the First Coast is standing at the center of the golf world.
Yes, it is.
Brunch with a Tour.
Tour news, tips, and inside info. Brought to you by
Clearwater Irrigation. 8:30 Tuesday morning on 1010XL.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life that you're proud of. And you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Offices in Jacksonville. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's attorneys. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Rick Julius, licensed in Pennsylvania only. Online at CordellCordell.com.
North Florida is growing with lots of new families joining our community. If you're one of them making the move here, your next move should be a call to American Electrical to create the best home automation system, enhancing your living experience. There are many ways your life can be made easier through smart home technology, voice-activated systems, automated lighting, total house temperature control. With American Electrical, they've got everything you need to automate your home and make it your true oasis. Check out American-Electrical.com, powered by professionalism and raising the excellence bar.
Hey, Gang Prosser here. Are you ready to sell your home? I got an easy game plan. Call Chad and Sandy, the only agents I would call to sell my home. The economy is showing positive signs. It might be time to sell, and your home will get you the price you want with Chad and Sandy. It's easy to find out. Get friendly expert help from the Jacksonville agents who eat, drink, and sleep local real estate. Call agents Chad and Sandy Newman. Maybe you're worried about costly repairs or upgrades needed to sell your home. Guess what? You don't need to. No required costly repairs. Pick your move date. There are no long-term contracts, and you can cancel at any time. But it comes down to the Chad and Sandy guarantee. Your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. All problems have disappeared. Pete Lakeshore says, I was in a pickle. I needed to cash out on a rental property fast. I was struggling to rent. I heard Chad and Sandy on the radio, called. I had an offer for full asking price within days. Join the local success stories by calling Chad and Sandy at 904-414-6200 or going to chadandsandy.com.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist is now offering ortho walk-in appointments. If you have an immediate need for orthopedic care, contact Southeast Orthopedic Specialist immediately. Avoid ERs and urgent care waiting rooms. For more information, go to se-ortho.com.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
Tired of weekend projects turning into weekend disasters? You're not alone. Building a fence isn't as easy as it looks. Let's face it, your neighbor Steve still hasn't fixed his lopsided masterpiece. But Superior Fence and Rail makes it easy. Highly trained professionals, top quality materials, and a fence you'll love for years to come. Skip the stress and call the pros today.
SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
The 2025 NFL season is right around the corner, and the Jags are building something special. A fresh team, a new culture, and a stadium that's going to change the game. Be there to witness head coach Liam Cohen and the rest of the coaching crew in action by securing your season tickets today. Become a member to get access to exclusive experiences, VIP events, and more. Visit Jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We can't wait to see you at the bank this fall.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, 3 golfers, 6 under par, 2 in the clubhouse. Spawn and Glover will keep you updated on everything with a full leaderboard coming up here momentarily. We're going to get back to the Jaguars as well. James Gladstone met with the media a little bit earlier today. I thought it was very informative what he had to say, so I want to share some of the highlights with you coming up. Also want to tell you about a tremendous event. Final day of March. That'll be March 31st at Marsh Landing. It is the Lone Warrior Foundation 2025 Champions of Hope Charity Golf and Tennis Challenge. I'm going to be out there playing golf. Aaron Beasley, Marcus Stroud will be part of my foursome. There'll be former NFL players out there. An opportunity for you to go on out and support a tremendous charity. All right. It's single-parent families in their fight against cancer. Okay. Opportunity to win sensational prizes, but more importantly, bring meaningful hope and support to the lives of families that are affected. Want you to go to lonewarriorfoundation.com. That's lonewarriorfoundation.com. This is a great event for an outstanding cause, and really would love it if you can help out and support. We see how generous you are every year with the J Fund, and just we have record-setting numbers year after year after year. And, of course, we'll do that again coming up in October, I believe is when we do that yearly. But this means a lot to me, and it certainly means to a lot to the people who are affected. So go to lonewarriorfoundation.com, and you can register there for the golf tournament. It'll be a 9 a.m. shotgun. 7:30 registration. I mean, breakfast, lunch, all sorts of great things are tied into the foursome. So go ahead and check that out. I just watched the 3 balls off the tee with this featured group on 18. They're making their way to the green now. Keep you updated on the top 3 golfers in the world momentarily. But I do want to get back to some Jaguars football and the very latest with James Gladstone, the general manager, who did meet local media a little bit earlier today. The Dyami Brown situation is very intriguing. Kind of came out of nowhere. He's been pedestrian in 4 years, caught only 30 footballs a season ago, but really came on during his 3 playoff games. I think he had 14 receptions in those 3 games, and it was obvious that this guy can run. He can be a deep threat. Also, his yards after catch has been highly documented, and it feels like in this Liam Cohen offense where you're going to move guys all over at wide receiver, that the screen game could also be a big part of what the future is going to be like for Dyami Brown. Anyway, let's get to James Gladstone. He was asked about his newly acquired wide receiver earlier today.
Yeah, I think it's easy to look at Dyami's career path and trajectory and know that he's ascending, right? The way that he closed out last season was nothing short of impressive, and we look for him to carry that into really his 1-year contract with us. He took a bet on himself that a year from now, given the opportunity that he sees here with the Jacksonville Jaguars, that he's going to take another step and earn an even larger contract. And, what he provides just on a vertical plane and in run after catch scenarios is something that is extremely exciting, extremely alluring for our offensive staff. And, And I think that he'll be able to take another step to expand his game, and we'll see him come to life in the same ways that he did towards the end of the season with Washington this last season right off the bat, well as also expanding his role to fit what we're intending on doing this coming season.
I don't know about you, but I love listening to Gladstone talk about players. To me, it's a treat. I mean, I've been doing this forever. And you usually just get the canned stuff. You usually just get a lot of speak, if that makes any sense. But I appreciate his truthfulness. I appreciate his enthusiasm, and I got to believe that you out there listening as the Jaguars fans that have to feel the same way about this. I mean, he's able to come out and tell you some stuff. Betting on himself. The guy got $10 million. Hasn't done anything in his career outside of 3 playoff games. This will end up being a monster find if he is productive. The bad side of all of this is he could end up outpricing the market. If he puts up sensational numbers, he could be a one and done, right? If he fails, he's absolutely going to be a one and done. But if he overachieves, then this could be a situation where he moves in as the number 2 wide receiver for the Jacksonville Jaguars. The one thing that was really stated again today by James Gladstone is that regardless of what they did by going out and acquiring these 9 new players, it doesn't feel like it has really any bearing at all on what their draft strategy is going to be. 3 offensive linemen, right? You would absolutely assume, well, you're not going to draft an offensive lineman with the 5th overall pick. You're not going to draft an offensive lineman on Friday, whether it's your 2nd-round pick or one of your 2 third-round picks. By listening to Gladstone today, I didn't sense that at all. Okay, we'll get into need and value and need. I think there's something about general managers that they never want to come out and admit that a team has a need and that you try to address that during free agency. The draft is what? It's always about value. It's always about getting the best possible player on your board, regardless of position. If he's ranked that high and you're up, you stay true to your board, and that is where you draft select. And I really got the feeling that that is going to continue. He just gushes about the 21 picks that Jacksonville does have, including 10 this year, over the next couple of seasons. Let me update you because Spot Track has done some work as well. They now have Jacksonville $40,216,000 under the salary cap. Again, the way they do it is with the top 51 cap space. The dead cap figure remains the same, $58,827,000. Man, that is a lot of cash that they are going to have to eat. But let me see here if they adjusted anything yesterday as far as the top 21 players. Okay, yeah, they still, according to Spot Track, they still have not included 3 of the 9 signed free agents. We don't have officially the breakdown of Daimi Brown, his contract, Hunter Long, his contract, and Nick Mullins, his contract, right? We're under the belief it's a 1-year, $10 million deal for Brown, could reach $12 million if he hits incentives. Again, I don't know exactly how that contract is written, even though it's a 1-year deal. The Hunter Long and Nick Mullins deals are somewhere in the neighborhood of about $2.5 million to $3 million apiece. So that could be $5, maybe $6 million. So, I'm guessing that the high here would be in the neighborhood of $16 million. So you can take the $40 million and subtract $16 million. That's going to leave you with $24 million. And my understanding is it's going to cost about $16 million to sign your 10 draft picks coming up in 42 days. Again, this isn't official. This is according to one particular source. Let me see. overthecap.com has been really slow with what they have done. And, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I mean, they still have team cap space, $46,419,000, and they do the top 51 cutoff as well. But much like Spot Track, they have not done the contracts of Diami Brown, Nick Mullins, or Hunter Long. So once that actually is processed, I check it daily. I live on these two websites. I will turn around and absolutely share that with you once it does become official. Okay, getting a lot in on the text line, 641-1010, brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. Here's one, 3613. Ballou, Diami Brown sounds like Zay Jones. Okay, Evan Ingram, Christian Kirk, they never showed what they did in 2022, just needed the opportunity. Very interesting. Christian Kirk at times was the number 3 wide receiver in Arizona. Evan Ingram had a case of drops and injuries while with the New York Giants. Zay Jones, kind of the same deal. You know, out in, at that time, it was still the Oakland Raiders, right? Zay Jones just never really took off in his career and had a decent one here. So this is another opportunity. And, you know, for the most part, that is really good there. This is not about others that they have taken flyers at, 1-year contract looks at for wide receivers that have been a disaster. Like, let's say, a Dante Moncrief. I remember him getting a 1-year show me, and it absolutely did not work out. So an interesting point of view there. No doubt about it, by our last one there on the text line. Hey, you can also get us on YouTube. Okay, CRS092, among others, blowing things up right now. He's asking me what my favorite Neil Young song is. You know, I was talking about that last night with a couple of members of Get the Lead Out after the concert last night at the Florida Theater. Without any question, my favorite Neil Young song is Cortez the Killer. Okay? I mean, and the live edition on Live Rust, to me, is one of my all-time favorite tracks. So, anyway, if you have some time, maybe do that tonight. And CRS says he's already got the bong packed. Are you kidding me? It's just barely past 6 o'clock. My goodness, you youngsters out there just getting after it right here on this Thursday night. He also says Chandler Phillips becomes the first player ever to hit 3 eagles in his first round. You are correct. Yeah, 3 eagles today. Justin Spieth had a couple of eagles, but how about Chandler Phillips in his first ever appearance? One of 27 golfers doing it for the first time, and that is happening right here, right now, with the Players' Championship. All right, coming up, I have a leaderboard update. Going to take you through everything that is happening at the Players' Championship. I also, unfortunately, have to do this, which is really, really a shame. I do the Spotlight, the Players' Championship Spotlight, which is brought to you by, the good folks over at One Call Lawn and Pest Control who work on my lawn, okay? And it's going to start getting beautiful again. It's beautiful out right now, but the lawns are going to start to take a turn for the better, we hope, right? You absolutely better have the right people working on your lawn. Trust the folks that I trust, the folks who work on my lawn. It feels like they work on everyone's lawn in my neighborhood over at Bartram Springs. That is One Call Lawn Pest Control. And you can text them or call them at 413-8377. John Feinstein died today at the age of 69. Really upset by this. I worked with John for 7 years in Chicago. Noted author, 48 books he wrote, including one of the best books in, I believe, sports history. Writing The Season on the Brink, about Indiana, about Bobby Knight. If you've never read that book, you're missing out. And all of John's work is outstanding. But, the Civil War was really good, right? A Civil War on Army-Navy and, golf-related books, including A Good Walk Spoiled. He was here yearly as well. He was always a fixture at the Players' Championship before, when I was here in the late 90s. And then I went to Chicago for 7 years, and I worked with him. He was a contributor on One-on-One Sports and Sporting News Radio. But then when I came back, he was always at the Players. And I'd always make time for John. He'd always make time for me to come on and be a guest, and just really, really good at what he did. He died at the age of 69, and I'm really saddened by this, really bothered. He meant a lot to a lot of different people. Great columnist, tremendous author, and just an outstanding guy. So rest in peace, John Feinstein, dead at the age of 69. That is awful. When we come back, let's bring in Rick Shoemaker. Let's talk about the first round of the Players' Championship. We will do that. Also, we'll get back to James Gladstone and his comments today on the 9 players that the Jaguars did officially sign yesterday. All of that is upcoming. It's good to have you with us. My name is Rick Ballou. We call this Into the Night.
I did not see this one coming.
Radio play-by-play is like stepping in a theater in your mind.
As good as it gets.
1010XL, Jacksonville's home for play-by-play.
Hey everybody, Jennifer Marion with Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville here to say hello, and we'd sure like to have your business.
You know what? They're going to love the king of price.
My dad believes in making great deals and having a great selection in stock.
Cadillac XT4s, XT5s, and XT6s, and Escalades.
The all-electric Cadillac Lyriq.
CT4s and CT5s.
Cadillac luxury and selection is just waiting for you.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Mike Dempsey here. Look, it's been 10 years that I've been vouching for my guys at Dandy Boots, and for a decade, I'm proud of my association with a local family business. They make a great product. I've made no secret that I was a customer long before Dandy ever came on board on 1010XL. But I'm thinking I'm due a little Dandy swag, maybe a little love. How about a Dandy t-shirt, a ball cap? So how about it, Thompson family? What do you got going on over there? In the meantime, I'm going to keep eating those delicious tuna salad sandwiches. So guys, keep helping me out and grab a Dandy sandwich today.
Greenlaw Group is for the insured. If you think you have roof damage, call 904-302-7055 today, and they will schedule you a free roof inspection. Trust their law firm to help you fight your insurance when you need it. These storms can cause damage you may not even see yet. Call Greenlaw Group, 302-7055. There's no cost to retain their law firm and no cost to have your roof inspected. They only get paid if you win. Greenlaw Group, for the insured.
Ahead, we build platforms for digital business. We help create your platform for digital business by weaving together advances in cloud infrastructure, intelligent operations, and modern applications. Digital business is comprised of 5 pillars. We call them imperatives because they're a must-have, not a nice-to-have. We enterprise cloud, integrated security, scaled DevOps, intelligent operations, and relentless automation. Need help with digital transformation? Ahead. Learn, grow, achieve.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On March 13, 2022, after a 40-day retirement, record-breaking quarterback Tom Brady announces he will play at least one more NFL season with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
The Jacksonville Icemen are back at home this Friday and Saturday evening at VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Join us Friday as the Icemen take on the Orlando Solar Bears for Wizards Night, presented by Florida Department of Health. Come out and wear your house colors. Then on Saturday, the Icemen close out their home set against the Savannah Ghost Pirates. Game time at 7. Tickets available on Ticketmaster or by calling 904-602-PUCK. Iceman Hockey is #Frozen Frenzy.
Family owned and managed for 20 plus years, Hidden Hills Golf Club boasts a unique and welcoming atmosphere. Visit us at hiddenhillsgc.com to book your next round on our Arnold Palmer signature course. You'll be glad you did.
What defines a hero? Dedication, loyalty, courage. Every day at AMCO, we serve heroes. For over 60 years, we've repaired and maintained the most critical public service vehicles. From complex transmissions to simple brake jobs with flexible financing and the extra safety precautions we need. The heroes we serve don't all wear uniforms. They're people like you. At AMCO, we're proud to serve all of you. AA MCO.
Money tight? We can finance almost anybody. Find the AMCO transmissions nearest you at amcojacksonville.com.
Firefighters, paramedics, police officers, they take care of us, and at AMCO, we're proud to take care of them. For over 60 years, we've repaired and maintained the most critical public service vehicles. As an essential business, we work on every kind of car repair with flexible financing and extra safety precautions. Essential, reliable, trusted. That's the men and women who are there for us, and it's our honor to be there for them. AA MCO.
Family owned and operated in Jacksonville, Orange Park, St. Augustine, and St. Mary's, Georgia. AMCO Transmissions and Total Car Care.
What Major League Baseball team has never been to a World Series? The answer next.
Southern Oak Insurance is proud to continue offering coverage statewide. Financial stability makes Southern Oak Insurance a wise choice for your homeowner's insurance needs. Log on to southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
The Seattle Mariners, who were founded in 1977, have never been to the World Series.
Southern Oak Insurance. Our family protecting yours.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Dempsey, and I only like to recommend the best, which is why I'm proud to say that I chose Pella Windows and Doors for my own home. And now's a great time to upgrade your home with 0% financing for 60 months. That's 5 years of interest-free payments on the best windows and doors in the business. Don't wait. Schedule a free consultation at PellaJacks.com or visit their showroom on Phillips Highway just north of Bay Meadows. For quality you can trust and savings you can't miss, that's Pella Windows and Doors.
Keeping kids active is a full-time job for parents. Look no further, though, than I-9 Sports, covering Duval, St. John's, and Clay to get your youngster in the game. Spring and summer registration open right now for flag football, soccer, t-ball, and basketball. Plus, all new girls volleyball at Duval Charter Bay Meadows. I-9 Sports with fields and gyms all over 3 counties. And the best thing is I-9 Sports offers sports year-round so kids can always find a sport to play. i9sports.com. Enter 1010 in the promo code.
Need or want cash? Beach's Jewelry and Pawn has cash available. Ready to buy guitars, surfboards, jewelry, firearms, tools, and especially gold. They need it all, selling or pawning. Get cash on the spot at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
3 golfers at 6 under par, 66s today as we get pretty close to wrapping up the first round of the Players' Championship. Just a ton of golfers in red figures. Let me give you this. This is unofficial at this particular time, but I have 62 golfers who are in red figures, several even par, and then a lot of guys going home, including some notables. I mean, Victor Hovland, Max Homa, Justin Thomas, Gary Woodland, all struggling today, 78 or higher. Victor Hovland with a plus 880. So some of the higher-ranked golfers in the world will not be here for the weekend unless they drop a very low number on Friday. Let's bring in Rick Shoemaker. Always love talking about the PGA Tour with Rick. Of course, he is the owner and operator over at Cimarron Golf Club. Rick, good to have you back.
No, hey, thank you for having me. Again, incredible day. This weather's unbelievable, and everyone at the Players probably had an absolutely incredible day, and I hope they put some suntan lotion on out there.
Man, it was spectacular out there, no doubt about it. Looking forward to getting out tomorrow as well. All right, these late tee times, we've had some golfers go low. They get the benefit of getting out early tomorrow and being part of the early wave on Friday. What about the golfers who went out early today, including the 46-year-old Lucas Glover? They get out early. He comes in with 4 straight birdies, posts a great number. But unfortunately for him now, he's going to have to wait a very long time to tee off on Friday.
Yeah, I've always found that intriguing, right? It's a long time, and these guys, though, are professionals. They've had their routines, and they know what they're expecting. So they need to monitor that, and I think the disciplined individuals have been out there for a long time, manage it, and the younger guys are continuing to figure it out. So, but it is a little bit of a nuance, right? You finish at 12, and now you're like, okay, I'm having lunch, I'm going to practice, I'm going to go to bed, and next thing you know, I'm watching a rerun of Lethal Weapon or whatever, and next thing you know, I'm getting up at 8 a.m., but I don't play until 2.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's a challenge, but those guys have a routine, and and they're good at it.
You look at a guy like Glover, this is his 17th appearance, so certainly he knows this golf course very well. And then you go to the 27 guys who are playing it for the first time, and you look at someone like Chandler Phillips, who comes right out and immediately gets a couple of eagles. He gets a third eagle, becoming the first ever player to have 3 eagles during his first round at the Players' Championship. Can you put yourself in their shoes of not understanding this golf course, and as well not getting caught up in the moment, Rick?
No, 100%, right? The naivety of it all. I mean, and of course it also is related to just freaking, look, all the opportunities these young players have, the technology, the trainers, the ongoing competition levels that exist in the JGAs. I mean, these young players have so much advanced competition psychology with them, and there is this looseness about them. And again, I think the biggest thing they need to start to learn, right, is always the amount of money and the complacency that unfolds, right? When you sign a contract after you're on the tour for 2 years and you get $20 million from a sponsor and you made $3 million 2 years in a row, there's a complacency step in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the biggest hurdle they have. It's not their swing. It's not anything else. It's like, I finally made it, right? And the differentiator to the greatest players of all time, though, is they didn't care about that.
Yeah.
Jack typed, it was, I want to win. And that's the differentiator. But these guys are phenomenal. They're young. They're naive, and they're gunning at that pin every day.
Seems like almost yearly at the Players' Championship there at the stadium course, they make changes. Of course, it was years ago where I used to love the old number 12 where you had that blind spot to the left and some mounds, but they got rid of that and made it a drivable hole on the par 4 12th. Now this year they make 14 a lot more difficult. But what about hole 6 here? They brought in a new tree, and I haven't been out there. I haven't walked that hole yet, Rick. I don't know if you did get an opportunity, but watching it on TV, the way that new tree is structured and how those branches hang over, I think it has played a role, mentally with some of these best players in the world driving off the tee. What do you make of the change they made there at number 6?
No, I 100% agree with you. I think Brandon and Paul on Golf Channel again the other day were speaking to it, and 100%. I remember playing that when I was with the tour as an employee, but played it 10 or 12 times. The tree made you think. It made you think about, am I going to hit driver 3-wood or 2-iron back in my day to date myself, right? Not a 3-iron. 4-iron, but it dated yourself. I mean, keeping it low, and that dictated then what shot you had going in with the palm trees on the right corner of the front green, and it's changed it. And I think change startles these players, right? They are so, and this is a negative, I will say, they're so robotic. They were robotic in everything they did. They're robotic in what we just talked about. Mm-hmm. Their method of what they're doing for dinner, at what time, what they do in workouts, what they do for practice sessions, what they do in practicing for each hole. They go to a certain spot and chip when they know the Sunday pin placements in the back left. They're robotic, and they lose feel. And so they're robotic in knowing that, that hole, I could just do this. And they're startled. I mean, their mind is startled. These players are so good physically, Rick, I'm just telling you. It's psychology. When you look at these players and the differentiator, it's psychology. And I apologize for going on, but I'm going to give you a little anecdotal story I heard about the Puerto Rican Open about a player. Mm-hmm. And to share with your leaders the difference that makes one shot in these players and their money. He was telling me about a player on Friday, and we'll get into the leaderboard with you. But Thursday, Friday, how this is positioning for these guys going into Saturday. Player was on Friday, 15th hole. Said he was tied for 18th, his player that he teaches. He said if he birdies his par 5, and he's a top 10 leader in driving at the time on the tour during that week, if he birdies the hole, he goes to 9th. If he pars the hole, he's still at 20th. If he bogeys it, he's 38th. Hits it in the bunker. And Rick, he went from 18th to 38th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One hole on Friday. And that was the difference. These guys are positioning themselves right now, today and tomorrow, to go into Saturday and say, okay, the guys that are in the top 40 have a chance, even at Sawgrass.
Yeah.
Okay, if I shoot my 66 on Saturday, boom, I'm in it, right? And then who knows what happens on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
They're feeling their way around it. They're understanding what they need to do. But it's all psychological for these guys.
Yeah. There's just no doubt. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, let's wrap with this, Rick. The top 3 golfers in the world all out there today. Future group. That'll be the case, of course, tomorrow morning. Let's begin with Rory McIlroy. What a round today. 5 under 67.
No, it's great to see. Rory. Look, Rory's a tremendous gentleman, tremendous individual. He's a great spirit for the game, and obviously an incredible player. So I hope he keeps his wedges in play, right? You know, when he's 140 to 155 out and he's hitting a wedge, that's the differentiator for him. I would love to see him win it. And I would love to see him win 4 more majors and become the next Tiger Woods we all look at and go, can he get 10 majors and 12 majors?
Yeah. He's gone 10 years without winning a major, which is startling.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
With that kind of talent, it's really startling.
Last one I'll ask you about is 4 birdies today, 1 bogey for the top-ranked golfer in the world, Scotty Scheffler, trying to win this event for an unprecedented 3rd consecutive year.
Yeah, don't count him out. There was a sense in his press conference the other day when somebody asked him about having won twice and where he was. And there was a little bit of, not hostility, but directness with those reporters. And I think it was a sense of frustration that he knows he can do better. He's tired of hearing about the past, and he's grinding harder. So I'm not surprised if Scotty's not within 2 shots on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, I was in the media room for that very lengthy press conference with Scotty Scheffler on Tuesday, and we'll see. All right, what's going on at the Wild One? Tell us what the latest is over there at Cimarron Golf Club, of course, on 210.
Oh, well, we're always having a party, right? We're the Wild One. So Mother Nature's blessed us with incredible weather. We have incredible people here. Our guests, we had an incredible outing with Jack Sport Authority. Shout out to them. Entertaining people from around the world at our property. People, again, don't realize what this tournament does for this economic area. And just bringing visitors in here to enjoy what we all locals love, North Florida, St. Johns County, Duval County. Just making this a better place to live, play golf, and remember what's important, which is friends, family, and having a great time.
Hey, Rick, always a pleasure. We'll do it again tomorrow. Have a great Thursday night. Thank you. All right, there he goes. That is Rick Shoemaker at Cimarron. I know we lost him there at the very tail end, but they are the Wild One. And they have totally rebuilt that golf course, okay? It is spectacular. They've done the clubhouse over as well, indoor, outdoor. Beautiful setting. It really is. Magnificent clubhouse. When it's chilly, they got a fire pit going, but they got a bar outside. Always have live entertainment. We're going to be doing a show out there on April 9th. It's going to be the eve of the Masters, okay? And I'm putting together a golf tournament as well earlier that day. I know quite a few people have reached me. They want to be a part of it. I'll give you more details, certainly after the Players' Championship. But I just want to let you know, whether it's the tee box, the fairway, the greens, they have put a lot of money into it, a lot of effort into it. Check out Cimarron Golf Club right there on 210. Okay, when we come back, let's begin with a leaderboard update. As well, I want to get back to some more commentary today by Jaguars general manager James Gladstone. Also coming up in 25 minutes, my buddy Gary Smits. What an achievement. His 40th Players' Championship. He's covering it right now, and he will join us coming up as well in our second hour. Casey Dobson is here. My name is Rick Ballou. I am here. Several ways you can join us. 641-1010 text line brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. You can get us on YouTube. Just go to 1010XL Into the Night. And, of course, as well on Twitter. Fire it up. Final hour on the other side.
It's Jacksonville's annual March meeting place.
Fascinating people.
1010XL is your radio home for the Players' Championship with live Southeast Orthopedic Specialist leaderboard updates.
From Heroes Lawn Care, Taco Lou, and TopDressing.com.
Ballou here for Spunez Vision. Why Spunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Spunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Spunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Spunez is fellowship-trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SpunezVision.com today. Here you can see.
Don't miss the Players Championship, March 11th through 16th at TPC Sawgrass. This can't-miss event features a variety of activities for every fan to enjoy, from delicious bites to the Sawgrass Splash. There are endless fan enhancements that will make for a memorable experience. Plus, watch the top PGA Tour players, including back-to-back champion Scotty Scheffler, take on the iconic stadium course featuring the famous Island Green. Tickets available at theplayers.com.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
Tired of supermarket produce that's traveled thousands of miles before you get it? Treat your family to farm fresh, Florida-grown fruits and veggies delivered right to your home with Doorbell Farms. No supply chain issues or questionable origins, just seasonal produce handpicked from local farmers. Subscribe monthly and enjoy the best local farm produce delivered right to you. Sign up now at doorbellfarms.com, connecting real people to real family farms. Doorbellfarms.com.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and there's so many cool products that are on the line at Cycles of Jacksonville. Showroom is Atlantic and Regency, and we're talking, Greg, you've got from any level of price point, the experienced rider to the inexperienced on-road, off-road.
We've got it. We've got ATVs, we've got motorcycles, we've got scooters, we even have the new Honda boats. We've got something for everyone.
Don't forget about the boat line from Honda. It's all right there, waiting for you. Atlantic and Regency or Cycles of Jacksonville's Facebook page.
Prosser here. No matter what you do, man, you love consistency. And when it comes to selling your home for Chad and Sandy, good times are bad. They're there to help you, and you're going to get the most that you can. The economy actually showing positive signs. Now may be the time to sell your home at the price you want, and it's easy to find out. Get friendly expert help from the Jacksonville agents who are there for you. My agents, Chad and Sandy Newman. Maybe you need more space with a growing family or working from home. Whatever your reasons, Chad and Sandy come through for you as the local real estate experts I trust and recommend. Chad and Sandy, in fact, will guarantee you this. Your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. John and Ursula in Green Meadow said, I was not in great health, so we decided to downsize to an easier place to manage. First, we needed to sell our Green Meadows home fast. Unfortunately, after 185 days, our home failed to sell. With another realtor, we made the switch, though, to Chad and Sandy. Sold it in 12 days. You can, too. Go to ChadAndSandy.com or call 414-6200.
Do you know someone looking for a fun and rewarding summer job? Join the YMCA team, gain valuable experience, and make a difference in kids' lives. Turn your passion for this community into a fulfilling career at the First Coast YMCA. Now hiring camp counselors, lifeguards, childcare leaders, and membership experience team. Every single person on the dedicated YMCA staff plays a role in making the Y a welcoming and vital resource for our community. Find your career at the Y at fcymca.org.
Equal opportunity employer.
Open early and open late. Dailies is always there, making things easy for you to cruise in and cruise out. So hit Dailies Cold Case the next time you're craving a cold one. Bud Light by the case. Plus plenty of singles to choose from. Corona to the King of Beers to Stella or a Natty. They're all cold at Dailies.
Hey, this is David with Royal Pest Services. The fact that we've been bundled up the past month gave us an idea. Let's bundle up also with our Centricon and Pest Control bundle, starting at $349. Visit RoyalPestServices.com for your free inspection.
Florida heat is no joke. Is your air conditioner ready for it? At Duck Duck Air Conditioning, we've got a crazy offer just for you. We're giving away free AC inspections to our wonderful customers who now call and schedule. One of our expert techs will come look at your AC unit and make recommendations to ensure it's running at peak performance. But you must act today. A deal this good won't last forever. Call 904-862-6769. Duck Duck Air Conditioning. DuckDuckAC.com. Any required repairs are not included in the inspection.
Hi, I'm Mac with Baker Glass. If you've got fogged up windows, let me help. We'll replace them with clear, insulated units that brighten up your home. People say we're fast, friendly, and reliable. Just check out our Google reviews. Call me today. Baker Glass. No one treats you better.
No matter what the reason, sending a floral arrangement from Kuhn Flowers always works. For unique and special gifts, visit their showroom on Beach Boulevard. ET here with Tintin XL. Kuhn Flowers is my go-to, and it should be yours too. Online at KuhnFlowers.com.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach. 1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spins the web any size. Catches thieves just like fire.
Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
The Spider-Man, the former Florida Gator. One of three golfers in with a 66, 6 under par. Of course, that is Camilo Villegas, 66 today. He joins Lucas Glover and J.J. Spawn. Let's give you a leaderboard update brought to you by One Call Lawn Pest Control. Give them a call or text them, 413-8377. They work on my lawn, and they do a tremendous job on my lawn. I'm figuring I'm about a month away from it looking like Fenway Park or maybe Wrigley Field. Dare I say the players? Wow. That'd be a tall task, but if anyone can do it, the good folks at One Call Lawn Pest Control can. Again, make that 413-8377, 413-8377. Glover, Spawn, and Villegas, all 6 under 66. Lucas Glover comes in with birdies on 15, 16, 17, and 18. The former Gator, and this is his last, as far as the exemption, this is his final Players' Championship, okay? And you look at his backside, he had, or his back nine, 5 birdies, 4 pars, a 31 today. Absolutely spectacular. Front side, a little bumpy with a bogey on 2 and a bogey on 7. But in between that, birdies on 3, 4, and 7. So your top 3 golfers right now, all 66s today, including Lucas Glover and J.J. Spawn. Min Woo with a 5 under 67. Billy Horschel, yet another Gator who lives right across the street at Plantation, a 67 today. Look at his card. I mean, again, this is a Phil Mickelson card. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 birdies for Billy Horschel. I have to wonder if that's the most birdies today. 9 for Horschel. Unfortunately, he also had 4 bogeys. Okay? So par was a rare score today for Billy Horschel. He only parred 4, 5, 8, 13, and 15. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 birdies, 4 bogeys. Incredible. 5 under par. So anything but boring if you're following Billy Horschel. Again, right now, he is one of 3 golfers at 5 under par. That includes Rory McIlroy. We know that the top 3 golfers in the world, at least that's what they'll tell you. We know that live golfers, their points do not register with the world rankings, which I totally do disagree with. But Rory today came in and was just spectacular. After struggling on 3 and 7 with bogeys, he came out of the gate late on this Thursday, a late tee time, with a birdie on 1 and 2, then bogeyed 3 and 7. He did birdie number 9, so he goes out minus 135, and then he really settled down. Okay, went on to have 4 consecutive birdies. His first 3 coming in on 10, 11, and 12, and then birdied 18, which is typically the most difficult or one of the 2 or 3 most difficult holes on this golf course to shoot a 67. So McIlroy really in spectacular shape. Okay, it looks to be about 12, 13 or so golfers at 4 under par. Among them, Bug Cauley. Okay, Chandler Phillips, his first ever start. He had it at 6 under at one point. Chandler Phillips as well becomes the first golfer ever in his first start, his first round, to get 3 eagles. So he did that today. Unfortunately, he also gave some strokes away. Ricky Fowler -4. Adam Hadwin -4. Those who are in at 3 under par include Scotty Scheffler. Let's take a look at his card today. Pars on 1 and 2, birdies on 3, 4, and 9. So he goes out -333. Made a mistake on number 10, the par 4 with a bogey. Then had a birdie on 12, the drivable par 4, 12th hole. And then parred the rest of the way in, 13 through 18. So he's in perfect shape. 36 coming in, 69 today, 3 under par, 3 strokes behind your clubhouse leaders. Certainly he's in very good shape. Patrick Cantlay, the 69. Jake Knapp with a 69. Let me see. Jake Knapp had the 59 at Cognizant, right? I mean, Jim Furyk, the lowest ever. Jacksonville's Jim Furyk had a 58 back at the Travelers Championship in 2016. And then you look at guys like Jake Knapp, a 59. There's been other 59s as well. Scheffler did it at the Northern Trust Challenge in 2017. Justin Thomas at the Sony Open. Notables. A couple of eagles today for Jordan Spieth. Unfortunately, he also gave some strokes back. A -2, a 70. Will Zalatoris. Sepp Straka, -2s today as well. Former Seminole Daniel Berger with a -2, 70. Daniel Berger with a -2, 70. Colin Morikawa, who I picked to win the Players. I got the second chance here. I wanted to pick Ludwig Oberg, but I thought that Dylan would pick Morikawa. So I picked Morikawa with a -. Now 7 golfers to have won the Players Championship. That is because earlier today, Jason Day did ask out of the tournament. He withdrew. He was ill. So unfortunately, the 33rd ranked golfer in the world not able to play. Fortunately, the 33rd ranked golfer in the world not able to play in this year's Players Championship. Another former champion, Matt Kuchar, got a couple of holes to play, and Scotty Scheffler in that featured pairing. They'll get off early tomorrow morning. Let me find that time for you. For those of you getting ready to make your way to the golf course. Yeah. Again, that'll be the 10th tee, 8:24 a.m. So there'll be the 1, 2, 3, 4. There'll be the 5th grouping off of the 10th tee. And again, that's at 8:24 on Friday morning for those of you making your way out to the golf course. I'll see you out there. Friday's always one of my favorite days at the Players. Okay, some golfers who are over par. Johnny Vegas with 2 holes to play, +1. Hideki Matsuyama, +2 is 74 today. Charlie Hoffman, a +2, 74. Adam Scott, another former champion here at the Players, a +2, 74. Michael Kim, +3, 75 today. Tony Finau, followed him around on Tuesday a little bit, +4, 76. Big number there for him. And, get some of these scores from some notable golfers who did not perform well today. From Jacksonville Beach, Lanto Griffin, a +5, 77. Andrew Novak, a +5, 77. Gary Woodland, his battle back from cancer, back on the PGA Tour a year ago. Not a good round today, a +6, 78. Justin Thomas, a +6, 78. Let's take a quick peek at JT. Ooh. I mean, this is nasty. Birdies on 1, bogey on, or excuse me, a bogey on 4, a double bogey on 5, bogey on 6, bogey on 7, birdie on 8, birdie on 9, birdie on 11, birdie on 16, and then 17, 18. Double bogey on 17, a triple bogey on 18, a plus 678 for Justin Thomas. Max Homa, plus 779. Victor Hovland and Nick Dunlap both shoot an 80 today, plus 8. So I have at this point, unofficially, 62 golfers who are in red figures. 62 golfers right now at 713 are under par. All right, when we come back, let's bring in Gary Smits, longtime friend with Gary. My goodness, 40 years he's been covering this event. I remember sitting with Gary when I was in Chicago, and he went out and I went out, meeting him at the 2000 United States Open at Pebble Beach. And I just go way back with Gary to our days covering Florida State. But what an honor to cover 40 Players Championships. I mean, this is the 51st overall Players Championship. And he's covered 40 of them. That is quite an accomplishment. We'll come back and we'll get an opportunity to talk with him. All right, your leaderboard brought to you by One Call Lawn Pest Control. Go ahead and give them a call or text them at 413-8377. That's One Call Lawn Pest Control, 413-8377. Great to have you with us. My name is Rick Ballou with you tonight till 8.
Duval till we die, all the damn time.
All I want to hear is Duval.
1010XL.
Hey folks, Rick Ballou here for John's Auto. They've been a staple in Jacksonville going all the way back to 1985. At John's Auto, they service all makes, all models, cars, trucks, diesel, you name it, they do it. Whether it's routine maintenance or a complete engine overhaul. Call John's Auto on Arlington Road. That's 904-743-3857 or go to johnsautomotivejacks.com.
Spring is in the air. Time to wake up your lawn with Heroes Lawn Care. Say goodbye to pesky mosquitoes with their organic and spray treatments. Perfect for outdoor fun. Keep your lawn clean and fresh with their pet waste removal for homes and businesses. Heroes Lawn Care takes care of it all. From mowing, edging, fertilizer, to irrigation, and much more. Visit heroeslawncare.com.
We're certainly facing interesting economic times. For me, it's comforting to know my money's in good hands with ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Experience? Yeah, that's Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Scott Regner, Janice Cobb, and Reed Wingate. They have the expertise and knowledge to take care of your money. For more info, go to itppartners.com. ITP Partners, they're my financial partners for life.
Non-compensated client testimonial may not be representative of all client experiences. No guarantee of future performance or success.
Get a healthy start in 2025. The Florida Department of Health in Duval County is here to encourage you to get healthy and stay healthy this year. They have a dedicated team who are committed to providing quality care. The goal is to protect, promote, and improve the health of you and your family. Visit duval.floridahealth.gov to learn more about their health programs and services. That's duval.floridahealth.gov.
Start your Saturday with a whiff of the great outdoors.
Captain Kevin Favor here with Captain Kirk and Jeff Loggeman, and we bring you the fresh air of the great outdoors.
On the Nimnit Outdoors Show, presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
At Hurricane Grill and Wings, every day feels like the weekend. Fresh, never frozen chicken wings, tossed in over 30 bold flavors, paired with ice-cold beer and handcrafted cocktails, all in a laid-back, beachy atmosphere. And And with every game on the big screens, it's the ultimate escape. And your home for sports, too. Great food, cold drinks, and all the games. That's Hurricane Grill and Wings. Escape the ordinary and find your spot at hurricanewings.com.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, why is it that when you look at how long a store has been in business, that it always seems to be the stores like Underwood's that sell fine quality that have been around the longest?
Frank, that's a question that really doesn't get asked a lot, but it should be. There are a number of reasons, but probably the biggest is because of the endorsements our longtime customers and their pieces of jewelry have given us through the years. You see, when you sell really fine quality jewelry, that piece will last longer and always stay beautiful. It might stay in the same family for generations. And through those years of wear, a lot of compliments will be made and a lot of people will be told where the piece of jewelry came from. You see, at a store like Underwood's, it's our stated goal to be the best jeweler in the South, not the biggest. So everything we do and carry has to help move us toward that goal. And ultimately, it's the satisfied customers wearing fine quality jewelry that have kept Underwood's in Jacksonville since 1928.
Underwood's in San Marco, Avondale, and the shops of Ponte Vedra.
Mark Watson here to tell you a little bit about hardballcreative.com. It's your online promo haven with thousands of ideas on how to promote your company. We're open 24/7, 365.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Hi, I'm Jeff Breyer, president of Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring.
And I'm Nikki Sema. My dad started in business when I was just 4 years old, and now we're 35 years and 20,000 satisfied customers in, and literally have a showroom in every neighborhood.
So whether you're looking to revitalize your home with new flooring or need more outdoor living space with a glass or screen enclosure, we've got you covered.
Visit our websites and don't forget to stop by our showrooms during our open house and cookout this Saturday from 10 to 3. Come see affordable luxury, experience a lifetime difference, and receive additional open house discounts.
DUI, BUI, don't stress. Call me, Malcolm Anthony, at 285-4LAW. That's 285-4LAW for Malcolm Anthony.
Welcome to AT&T. How can I help?
Hey, I thought I could trust my twins with my phone, but they outnumber me, man.
Whoa, that's a lot of glitter paint. Let's trade
lives.
At AT&T, everyone can trade in an old or glittered iPhone, any year, any condition, and save on a new iPhone. Ask how to get iPhone 16 Pro on us. New and existing customers. Savings vary by device and trade-in combinations. Restrictions apply. See att.com for details. AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
The hoops action continues on the first Friday of the tourney. Watch the madness with 1010XL and enjoy madness specials all day long. Starting with helmets and heels, live from Big Dog Sports Restaurant on Blanding. Then join XL Primetime at Barley and Pie in Fleming Island. The Frangie Show will be at String Sports Brewery in Jacks Beach. And finish the day with Into the Night with Rick Ballou and Hacker After Dark at Top Dog Tavern on Old St. Augustine Road. Now that's the way to celebrate hoop.
I can't believe it! 1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
51st Players Championship. Right now, 3 golfers, -6. 66s today, including the 46-year-old Lucas Glover came in with 4 straight birdies. J.J. Spahn, Camilo Villegas, 6 under 66. My friend Gary Smits has been covering this event for 40 years from the Florida Times Union. Does a lot of stuff over there, including, of course, covers the great sport of golf. Gary, congratulations on 40 years.
Thank you very much. I just think that means they forgot to lay me off a few years ago when the newspaper business got tough.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, certainly it's been enjoyable. People have asked me many times my favorite part of this tournament. My favorite part of the tournament, and Rick, you could appreciate this, is outside of Florida, Georgia. This is the next biggest social event week of the year in the First Coast surrounding an athletic event. The good is, except for one day of competition on Saturday, we've got 4 days. And it's a lot of fun, but it's enjoyable because just the people you bump into, the people you haven't seen. I mean, I have people that I only see at the Players, and I run into them every year and chat. And then it's a chance to watch world-class athletes. It's, there are some years where Florida may not be so good, where Georgia might not be so good. You know, that runs in cycles and everything. And, you know, there's been a couple of years before Kirby Smart got there that you know, both teams were kind of mediocre on occasion. But, boy, you always know you got the best in the world at this tournament. That's what I like about it.
Yeah. You and I go way back, both covering Florida State in the same time period, early 90s. And, you know, then I knew you as a college football writer, a beat writer. When did you, I don't want to say fall into this, but when did golf enter towards you? And what was your thought on it early on when you were told, okay, you're going to be our golf writer?
Well, my first newspaper job was at the Clay Today in Orange Park. Believe it or not, Orange Park had a daily paper. Came out 5 days a week in the afternoons, and that was in the early 80s. And I covered 2 Players' Championships for them because the tour, you know, that tournament was, they were trying to build that thing up. But what they did was they never ignored the local media. And, you know, if you were the Clay Today, if you were the Palaca Daily News, if you were the St. Augustine Record, you know, you could get a credential. And so I did that. I got there, and I started February 1st, and maybe the second day my editor said, make sure you write. We had to do this back then, no email. Make sure and get off the letters to the PGA Tour and apply for credentials to the Players' Championship. And I said, that thing, it said, I've watched it in March, and I said, all I see is guys hitting the ball and having their hats blown off their head, you know, in the wind at the old Sawgrass Country Club.
Sure.
So I covered the last one at the Sawgrass Country Club where Raymond Floyd beat Curtis Strange. We didn't know it at the time, but that was one Hall of Famer beating another Hall of Famer. And then I was still working for the Clay Today when they had the first one here when Jerry Pate won. And then I went to the Times-Union just to do local news and high school sports. Didn't cover players until I got to the St. Augustine Record. We had that was always owned by the same publishing company as the Times-Union. And a lot of times guys went to the St. Augustine Record for seasoning just the same way as somebody was the Marlins would send somebody down to the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp. And the St. Augustine Record's got a great list of alumni. I mean, I'm not really including myself in that, but Hayes Carline, Justin Barney, you know, just, you know, really a nice bunch of people who kind of got some seasoning. And then the St. Augustine Record general manager was a beloved man, Bobby Martin, who's still with us, and he was the chairman of the first Players' Championship I covered. He was a redcoat in 1985, and Bobby made sure I met the right people, got to the right places, went to the right parties.
Yeah.
You know, Bobby was great and everything, and that's I got to know a lot of people. So I ran that string out, and then when I was in Tallahassee, we would have the system where when we had 15 people on the staff, they would bring everybody back in town, and you would work 2 or 3 days. Like I'd work Tuesday, Friday, or Saturday, Sunday, or Wednesday through Friday, you know, and the golf writer at the time was a guy named Chris Smith. Well, I covered it a few times in that context, and when he went and took a job with the PGA Tour, they kind of put it up for grabs internally before they were going to advertise outside. And I recall 3 or 4 of us really, I think Chase Goodred was interested in that job. Dan McDonald, who was a very good writer, did a lot of different things for us, was interested in it, and applied for it. And then Joe DeSalvo was a sports editor, hires me as a permanent golf writer, and I've been doing that since the fall of 1995. You know, I kind of regretted leaving Florida State because, you know, at the time, that was a fun beat.
Oh, yeah.
You're always going to a New Year's Day Bowl. Pat Kennedy was getting teams in the NCAA tournament. We were going to the College World Series every year. And but I wanted to give golf a try because I had been exposed to enough of it at the Players, and I love the athletes. I loved how great they were with the media, how great they were with the fans. And, you know, and I loved the aspect of there's no guaranteed contracts in golf.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't, you know, you pay for your own play fare. You pay for your own hotel rooms and meals. I mean, you know, you get breaks here and there with PGA Tour sponsors, and then you don't get paid unless you perform.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I kind of enjoyed watching guys perform under that kind of pressure. Then you do this long enough, and you get to appreciate what it means locally and how many charities have been helped by this tournament. And then the local guys, Davis Love III from up at Sea Island, David Duval, Mark McCumber, Fred Funk, you know, the winners here, because there's always 18, 20 local guys playing in this. And, and because you and I are local, we want to see those guys win, right?
Mm-hmm.
We want to see them do well. It's one, it was great that Tiger won a couple of times. It was great that Phil won. When you get right down to it, guys we bump into, guys we play with in Pro-Am sometimes at charity tournaments, Jim Furyk, people like that, we want to see them win this tournament. And now we got a local guy right there. Billy Horse was one shot behind, had a great finish today, birdied his last 3 holes, and Camilo Villegas is right up there. You got a couple of Gators there, which, we haven't always had here. The Gator golfers have not performed overly well in this tournament, but a couple of them are right there.
Billy Horschel, of course, goes right across the street at the Plantation. 3 golfers at -6, including the former Gator, Camilo Villegas, a 66 today, Lucas Glover, and J.J. Spahn. Gary Smits joining us, 40th year that he has covered the Players' Championship. My first was in 1997. Steve Elkington won. A few years later, you mentioned David Duval. That would be my favorite Players' Championship because the course played so tough that year, and we all remember Duval leaving his approach on 17 to the right of the pin on that Sunday placement. What stands out for you? If there's one memory in 40 years of the Players' Championship, what is it for Gary Smits?
Well, I think you just stole mine. David Duval, those greens were as hard as the pavement I'm standing on right now. I'm outside the media center, and a lot of guys would fire at that pin that would bounce and go into the water on the other side. And for whatever reason, David hit a little bit higher and a little bit softer, and it landed good, and that was just a huge moment, especially when you consider that his father had won in Pensacola on the Champions Tour about 2 hours before David finished. And I still don't think that feat is appreciated enough by national and international golf media. It's hard to win a tournament. It's especially hard. I mean, what are the odds of winning on the same day as your dad?
It was incredible. Yeah.
And that's what. But if you go outside of that, I would have to say that the 2005 tournament with all the rain delays and all the stop starts and a Monday finish, and we were about if Luke Donald had birdied the last hole after Fred Funk closed it out, and they might have had to have a playoff on Tuesday, but Freddie hits the ball in that bunker, gets it up and down, makes a 6-foot putt. You recall how he spiked his hat on the green, and Fred, he's a Maryland guy, but he had lived in Ponte Vedra since 1995, and that meant the world to him to win this tournament in a place where he's lived, in a place where he's done so much for charity. I mean, Fred Funk was the unsung hero of all the things that happened for J.T. Townsend and his family through the J.T. Townsend Foundation. And, if you ask a guy like Tony Vaselli, every time he called Fred to come up to his children's Christmas party, Fred was there. Remember Shop with the Jock?
Yeah.
Fred was there. And but then again, you have tour players that we have great relationships with. But unlike a team sport where we have to be a little bit more objective, we can root for these guys a little bit more. And nobody in town really cares if we root for Fred Funk to beat Luke Donald or for David Duval, to beat Nick Price. And even now and then, if Billy Horse was to come down the fairway on 18 with a 4-shot lead and he denies Scotty Scheffler a third Players' Championship in a row, I think all the local media would be pretty doggone happy with that.
Yeah, what a story that would be if he was able to accomplish that, no doubt. All right, Smits, I got 1 minute remaining. What did you make of today, first round of the Players?
Well, it was weird. The conditions are really tame. It's great weather, fantastic weather. The course is real benign. And there were a lot of good scores, but, man, there were a lot of disasters on some holes. And some guys like Jordan Spieth couldn't decide which Jordan Spieth he wanted to beat today. And, 2 eagles and a double. Justin Thomas is 2 under, goes to 17, hits it in the water. But at the end, we've got an awful lot of scores at 68 or lower. And tomorrow's weather going to be just as good. Saturday, the wind's going to kick up late. Sunday, we hope we can avoid some rain and everything. It looks like it might come in too late to really affect it, but it's still going to be a bit windy. So I think these guys better put as many birdies in the bank as they can in preparation for the conditions getting a little bit more difficult on Saturday and Sunday. But it's and there are it's a great mix of world-class players. Scotty's up there. Rory had an okay day, but he's still there. Jordan Spieth is still there. But I think it's going to be a good story to tell people, about a J.J. Spawn. Bud Cauley, who grew up in Jacksonville, he now lives in Jupiter, and he's battled some injuries, and he almost got killed in a car accident about 5 years ago, and he's out there slugging it out. That Bud Cauley would be a fantastic story. So I really like where this tournament is headed, and I think we're going to have a great finish.
Hey, Gary, congratulations on 40 years.
Thank you, Rick, and thanks for having me.
All right, there he goes. Gary Smits, ladies and gentlemen, covers golf and does an outstanding job doing that for the Florida Times Union. Wanted to recognize Gary, one of the really good guys in the media. And he was right. Those days back in Tallahassee, they were incredible. And, you had full access to players. Bowden gave you full access. It's not like today. Pat Kennedy as well. Mike Martin. It was a great time. But when Jacksonville came calling, I had to slide on down I-10 just like Gary Smits did. Back then, the beat writers stayed in town. I mean, gosh, Florida State had probably 10 beat writers. I'm guessing Gainesville had the same. And for the most part, those days are gone, right? You've got internet websites that have folks who cover the beat, but it's not like it once was on college campuses. Number 14 played the most difficult hole today throughout the first round of the Players' Championship, 0.319. So almost a half stroke over par. Number 6, we talked about the changes there. I've yet to be at 6. I'm going to go by there tomorrow morning. That new tree that they brought in that branch, it just, again, I've only seen that on television. It looks treacherous. It looks like you're going to have a much lower flight off the tee. But I don't think anyone hit it today, but it still apparently messed with them. That is the second most difficult hole. As expected, 18 is right there as the third most difficult hole. Only 9 birdies today on number 14. Only 17 on 6 and only 20 on number 18. So those are the 3 most difficult holes throughout the first round of the Players' Championship. And there still are some golfers on the course, so we'll have to wrap things up early tomorrow morning. Let's look at the easiest hole today, number 16. As expected, no surprise, the 4 easiest holes on the golf course are the 4 par 5s. 16, 2, 9, and 11. 16 today, a minus 0.355. Let's see, 56 birdies today on 16, and then 6 eagles. But let's go through 16, 17, and 18. I just told you 18. I gave you 16 as well. Let's take a look at how 17 played before our final break. Midway through, I'm guessing that's probably around 12 or 13 where it is ranked out of the 18 holes. Let's see. Today it played just over par. 0.123 is what the par 3 17 played today. 141 yards. Let me give you a couple of numbers here. There were 19 birdies on the par 3 17th today. There was 95 pars, and there were 16 bogeys. There was 5 doubles and 3 others. So I'm guessing we didn't see an eagle today. So that means that would have had to have been double bogey or more. So there you have it. That is the way. And some people call it the gauntlet. I don't call it the gauntlet. Not everything needs a name. 16, 17, and 18 doesn't need a name. What's great about that golf course, in my opinion, is around here you just say 16 or you say 17, and golf fans automatically understand what you're talking about. You know, you don't have to put a name on it. And I kind of like it the way that it is. All right, when we come back, let's put our final touches on a Thursday, an incredible day at the Players. Man, it's good to see so many folks. Gary Smith was right. There's people you see at the Players that you only see once a year. You know, I just tend to bump into them, and I've just had an incredible time being out there, but I'm certainly looking forward to the next 3 days. And I'm looking forward to getting up tomorrow morning and, again, going out to number 6 and see what that looks like visually in person. I've yet to walk that part of the golf course so far. Much more to do. My name's Rick Ballou. I'll take you till 8. Hacker Nation joins you then.
Play-by-play just makes everyday life better.
I did not see this one coming.
Get the most play-by-play on 1010XL, Jacksonville's play-by-play sports radio.
Here's Linda Beaver.
At Beaver Toyota, we believe your experience should be more than just buying a car. It should be a lifetime of confidence, care, and trust. We're proud to offer a lifetime warranty, lifetime oil changes, and lifetime customer service. We're not just here to sell you a car. We're here to establish a lifelong relationship that you can always count on. It's simple. You deserve the best and shouldn't settle for less. Visit Beaver Toyota in St. Augustine, where we're ready to give you peace of mind for a lifetime. We're here to wow you.
Are you embarrassed by your ugly, cracked concrete driveway? Stop by Stone Core on Phillips Highway for all your outdoor living needs. Let them show you how a durable paver driveway can enhance your home. Visit stonecore.co. We do outdoors better. Have you got concrete or asphalt rubble piling up? Arcosa Crushed Concrete will pay you for it and recycle it. They're just minutes from Everbank Stadium on Talleyrand. Call Arcosa Crushed Concrete and get paid for what you don't need. ArcosaCrushedConcrete.com.
Hey, Hicken here, or just call me Dreamfinders Danny. For a limited time to ring in the new year, Dreamfinders Homes is offering an amazing 4.99% fixed interest rate. Now's your chance to lock down that rate and get in the game. You heard me right. It's 4.99 fixed interest rate on select move-in ready homes. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for sales event information and get in the game. Interest rate available on select move-in ready homes. Restrictions and limitations apply. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details.
Get more Gators with Dan Hickett and me, Frank Frangie, on all things Gators on 1010XL Gators Podcast, with new episodes every Monday, brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, wherever you find podcasts, and at 1010XL.com.
Cool Cats Heating and Cooling, the coolest cats in town, setting the standard in our hometown. Quality service, the best around. Coolidge is the cat that cares about your heating and about your air. Cool Cats Heating and Cooling, the coolest cats in town.
Yo, E.T. here, and Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes through in the clutch every day, from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar, Twin Peaks. Scratch kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand smash burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge. Come on, somebody.
Looking for adventure? Need a machine that works as hard as you do? CF Moto has you covered. At Ride Now Beach Boulevard, we've got CF Moto ATVs and UTVs built for any task, any trail, anytime. Tear up the dirt with the trail-tested C-Force ATV lineup or conquer through terrain with a Z-Force UTV. Find your CF Moto ride today at Ride Now Beach Boulevard or visit ridenowbeachboulevard.com. ATVs and UTVs are for riders 16 and older. They can be hazardous to operate. CF Moto recommends an improved safety training course.
Committed to the mission. At Navy Mutual, we're committed to providing high-quality life insurance to members of the military and their families. Because at Navy Mutual, our highest commitment is to you. Visit NavyMutual.org.
For Canine Veterans Day, Navy Mutual would like to salute all active and retired canines that have served our country. Canine Veterans Day has been officially designated as a day to honor these unique members of our military. America salutes you.
Hi, I'm Sean Monahan from Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach. Since 1977, we've been Jacksonville's local family jeweler with a beautiful selection of fine jewelry and certified diamonds. but we're also Jacksonville's leading buyer of gold and silver and diamonds from the public. Gold has recently hit an all-time high at almost $3,000 per ounce. Pay bills, buy something fun. Now is the time to sell your gold for cash and get top dollar, or trade it in for a new piece and get even more value at Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach.
Hey folks, Hicken here for Zero Res. You're going to want to beat the spring cleaning rush and call our cleaning heroes at Zero Res. This month, get one room Zero Resified starting at $53. Hey, and take $100 off your air duct cleaning. Don't forget about your air ducts. Your air ducts, sort of like the lungs of your home. If they're dirty, your indoor air quality suffers. Visit ZeroResJacksonville.com. Tell them Dan or 1010XL sent you. Spell it forwards or backwards. Zero Res. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res. 1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
Very busy Thursday. James Gladstone met with the Jaguars today, about 13 and a half minutes worth of his comments on the 9 players that the Jaguars did sign officially yesterday at 4 o'clock. Of course, you are all aware of it on Monday. 3 offensive linemen, a wide receiver, a backup quarterback, and then defensively, they went on out, also added 2 tight ends, and defensively, certainly addressed both safety and corner. Didn't have time to get into anything today that he did say about the versatility of Jerrion Jones as well as Jordan Lewis. We'll save that for tomorrow. Certainly, second round of the Players' Championship. We're going to continue to be very busy, but I do want to mix in some Jaguar talk with you as we head towards the weekend. As far as the golf, I mean, you just could not ask for a better day. And this is what it's all about. I'm almost ashamed that I spent years and years complaining about how I wanted this event in May. And if you get weather like this, it's just incredible. There's just so much going on with free agency, the Jaguars, the press conference today, conference basketball, tournaments well underway. It's busy, and busy is good. But, it's all about 3 golfers today, 6 under 66s. How about Camilo Villegas, man? The guy, this is his last opportunity. His exemption ends after this year's Players' Championship. That all depends on how he finishes up with 3 more rounds, but a 66 today. So he is your clubhouse leader after 18 holes at the Players' Championship. He also joins Lucas Glover. You just heard Gary Smits talk about Fred Funk, who is the oldest to ever win the Players' Championship. Funk did it 49 years and some days. Lucas Glover right now, 46 years of age and some days, and he came in strong. Birdies on 15, 16, 17, and 18. I mean, just cut right through it. A 6 under 66. J.J. Spawn, a 6 under 66 today as well. All right, a few other notables. And again, this is brought to you by the good folks over at One Call Lawn Pest Control. They do my lawn, and they should do your lawn. I mean, very personable individuals, right? They do most of the work around our neighborhood, and it's pretty incredible. One Call Lawn Pest Control, 413-8377. Give them a call or send a text. That's 413-8377. Billy Harshel, the former Gator, 1 stroke out, a 67, 5 under par today for Harshel. Rory McIlroy playing with the top 3 ranked golfers in the world. Out there with Scotty Scheffler today. Out there with Xander Schauffele. The best round, Rory McIlroy. Again, his card is just filthy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 birdies, 2 bogeys. Good enough for a 5 under 67 today for Harshel. Bud Cauley, who was born here, raised here, now lives in Jupiter, Florida, 4 under 68. Chandler Phillips at one point had it at -6. He is at 4 under right now, his first ever start. There are 27 golfers out of the 144 who teed off either this morning or this afternoon who are playing in this event for the first time. It's a good story, right? To me, it's a little high. 27 first-timers. I mean, that one thing that as much as I appreciate them getting an opportunity, and it's not like I'm against rookies, when you have the best golfers in the world, I like it more repetitive, right? I mean, I like knowing each and every one of these golfers who's coming through. That's not going to be the case when you have 27 first-timers. But Chandler Phillips today at one point had it at -6 until he gave back a couple of strokes. This young man actually had 3 eagles during his first ever round. And it is a record at the Players' Championship. And I mean, this is like Phil Mickelson to a T. Just look at his card today, okay? Eagle on 2, bogey on 4, bogey on 6, birdie on 7, triple bogey on 8, and then an eagle on 9. Okay, he had 3 pars on his front side. What happened to my, there it goes. Computer wigged out on me. So he goes out with an even par 36, but, the way he did it with 2 eagles, a triple bogey, and 2 bogeys, and then he mixes in a birdie. So it goes out with a 36, then settles down for a period of time with birdies on 10 and 11 and a par on 12. The 13th hole, a bogey. Par on 14, which, as we said earlier, played as the most difficult hole today after some of the changes they did make this year with the stadium course. A birdie on 14, and then on 15, then a double. His third eagle on 16. Again, let me repeat that for you. A birdie on 15, and then his third eagle of the round on 16, comes in on the par 3 17th with a par, does the exact same thing on 18 with a par, so came in with a 32. Congratulations to Chandler Phillips. Another really good round today at 4 under 68. So with everything that I have at this particular time, and some golfers will have to finish their round tomorrow morning, I have 61 golfers in red figures, okay? That is under par. It looks like there's got to be about 25 or so golfers who are even par. All right, that would actually take it up from 61 to 83. All right, we can do the math. That would be 22, right? After that, everyone else over par, beginning at 83, all the way through 144. We did have one announcement today where Jason Day did, unfortunately, he was forced to ask out. He withdrew from the tournament because he was ill. And, of course, Jason Day won this event back in 2016, and he is currently ranked 33rd in the world.
Now, the 2-minute drill. Serviced by Cool Cats Heating and Cooling. Locally owned and operated. We're your neighbors. Find the coolest cats in town at coolcatsjacks.com.
20 under won it a year ago, 6 under today. You do the math, that's 24 under. That's not going to happen. They'll come back down to earth. But overall, some win today, but some pretty good scoring conditions at the Players' Championship.
Yeah, and a really good leaderboard. How about the Lucas Glover story? I mean, a guy that was a former major winner and then kind of got relegated, right? Lost his tour card and now is back leading the Players after round 1. What a story that would be.
Yeah, and Camilo Villegas, we know all about him. I mean, the tragedy he went through with the loss of his daughter, and his best overall finish was when he was a rookie. And this is his final year of his exemption, depending on what he's able to do here over the next 3 days. But he certainly did bounce back as well with a very good round at -6. Okay, I know you'll talk about it coming up. What did you make of James Gladstone today?
I think that I'm going to believe what he said and that they got all 9 guys they wanted. You know, I mean, I'm going to believe the man at his word. He seemed pretty happy at what transpired. And look, the message is clear.
they thought the bottom of the roster sucked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's not sugarcoat it.
Nope.
We've heard a dozen times in the last 3 weeks, raise the floor of the roster. Translation, the bottom of this roster sucked last year.
Yeah.
So they wanted to improve that, and they feel they have improved that. How much, we're going to find out. But I also love the fact when he was asked about adding a veteran or two on the defensive line, he said, yeah, some veterans at this point might just get in the way.
Mm-hmm.
We want some of our draft picks to play. I don't know how many healthy scratches your second-round pick is going to be this year than he was last year. So I think some of the rookies are going to play and play a lot.
There's no doubt. You listen to him. He's going to build this thing through the draft with 21 picks over the next 2 years, including 10 this year. I appreciate the fact that he answers questions, and he does it in a very promotional way. He brags about the guys that he's bringing in, as you said, raising the floor and entering the ecosystem. I love listening to this young kid talk.
I do too. I'm a big fan. And I don't know if we did this on the 2-minute drill last night or if I just did it in my opening segment, but isn't it interesting? We're talking about the 9 guys they brought in. They haven't re-signed anybody. Any of their in-house free agents, they're all gone.
Yeah.
I'm like Luke Farrell, Blake Hance, Andre Cisco, Sheriff's not coming back, Mac Jones. I mean, go
Evan
on down
Ingram.
the line. Evan Ingram, right? They released him.
Yep.
They're not bringing anybody back.
Good point.
I mean, you want to talk about a makeover roster. I would love to get some brown water into Liam Cohen and James Gladstone one night and just ask them what they thought of this roster when they inherited this thing.
Yeah,
Based on their actions, they didn't think much of it.
Another former Jaguar, Gardner Minshew, goes to the Chiefs, so obviously some quarterback competition coming up for Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, no, and look, I love that for Gardner. Absolutely. And it's not going to be competition. I hear you there. But I love that for Gardner, that he gets to play behind Mahomes. That is just phenomenal. I'm a big Gardner Minshew fan, and I'm happy he found a good job.
All right, what else is coming up tonight, Hacker?
Yeah, Cameron Wolf, NFL Network. He's been really, really good when it comes to covering the Jaguars from a national basis. We're going to have Cameron on coming up here in about 20 minutes or so. Also, Easton Freeze of A2ZSports.com. Kind of looking at the rest of the AFC South. Rick, we've spent so much time on the Jaguars. The Texans have decided not to have an offensive line in 2025. The Colts now have a quarterback competition with Daniel Jones versus Anthony Richardson, and the Titans decided not to spend any money. So it has been a really interesting offseason in the entire division, and we're going to talk about all of that tonight at 9 o'clock.
All right, have a lot of fun. Have a great show.
Thanks, Rick.
That's going to do it for us. I do want to thank Gary Smith. Do want to thank Rick Shoemaker. Also, our producer is Casey Dobson. Did a great job tonight. Do appreciate him joining us. We're back on Friday. All right, we'll have much to do. I'll see you out there tomorrow at the golf course. Should be a great day for round 2 at the Players Championship. Yeah, there's going to be some traffic, no doubt about it, but enjoy yourself. I'll see you at the course tomorrow morning and afternoon. Then we'll be right back here for round 2 coverage on a Friday beginning at 6 o'clock. Have a great night, everyone.
For many, it's the happiest place on earth.
At 17 in Players Championship.
Get Live Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Leader